Okay guys, I gotta do a little trap modification. You can see right here, this gear is slipping right there and it won't let me raise my trap up. So I gotta replace this little winch. I'm gonna have to redo my trigger. And it's got a winch here that we had on the side, or he had mounted on the side, where you could let a feeder down in the middle, which was really an awesome deal, but I just don't really use the feeder part. So I'm gonna rob this winch and put over here on the back and see how it goes. I thought about trying to move my door today, but it is so hot and I only got about 2 hours sleep last night. I might do it, but I think I'm gonna wait. We'll just see. I don't know, I'm pretty tired. I'll be lucky to get this done. I gotta get it set out. There's a new spot I'm going to. Probably, he told me there was probably like 75 hogs. I bet there's over 100 and something. I went by there last night with my thermal and there's a bunch of hogs in there. So in the other spot, I thought there was one big board left. I caught 10 there last night, and then I turned my camera up so it would quit give me, wouldn't be picking up their movement, give me notifications. And there were 6 more big ones standing right outside the pen right after I dropped it. So these things really don't scare them that much. And then they come right back. I don't know if y'all seen the video I put up the other night. I dropped it, and just within seconds, there's pigs standing right outside the trap. And sometimes you'll catch 2 and 3 times in a night. Not very often, but sometimes you catch at least two times in one night. Anyway, I'm gonna get started on this. I don't know how much of this I'll put up on video, and I'm gonna try to get it knocked out, and I might kind of tag you into it as we go along. Thanks. All right guys, got the new winch on, got it welded up. I bolted it all on this time, that way I don't have to cut it all off. I'm gonna go ahead and replace my cable. I have some brand new cable and put some 3/8 on there, and get that on there, and I'll see what it looks like here in a second. Let's see if this thing's gonna record. Recording. There we go. There we go. All right, let's see if this thing's gonna record. We're going to replace the cable on this trap. I've got it on the ground, so I don't know what length the cable needs to be. This cable goes over this pulley down to the winch. You gotta watch this stuff, boy, it'll get you an eye. And it goes through this pulley down to the bottom box. Hope y'all can see all this. Then it goes to this pulley up over the top. Supports really kind of supports the whole weight of everything, I guess you could say. Okay, there. Okay, and then it goes through this pulley. See, this cable's really too small, and see how it gets caught in there sometimes. Of course, that little pulley's about wore out anyway, but let's see. Get this out of here. Not sticking it in my eye or my leg or something. Just got shorts on, man. It's already 100 degrees. It's not even lunchtime yet. Well, it may be lunchtime now. I've been down here for a little while fixing the winch part. I didn't really go in a lot of detail on that. I was kind of trying to think, and I still gotta. It's always been kind of a pain to get these cables hooked back to the winch, because it has to clear. Okay, has to clear. See, that's just hooked to a chain. So take that bolt right there out, and we'll hook in our new cable. Let me grab a wrench here. Let's get over here. Ah! The older you get, the harder it is, isn't it, guys, to move around? Used to be able to jump and roll and duck and tuck and no problem. Now it's like, oh my gosh. Actually, well, yeah. I start to actually I might use something different. Kind of be nice if I had one of those big big screw together links put in that. I wonder if I got one here in my truck. Let me see. I don't know that I do. I might though. We got all kinds of junk in here. my new used truck, and I've already got it packed full of junk that I'm sure I'm gonna need, you know. Okay, I don't see one. Well, I may just have to run with the chain. Just kind of run the risk of that hitting a bump and jumping off there, I guess. Okay, guys, trying to think if I had one on here somewhere and then I could replace it. Oh, what about on my, well, those are kind of big. Okay, we'll just put the hook back on there for now, I think. We get another wrench right here. A couple little crescent wrenches. We'll put them on there. Okay. There's my hook. Yeah, this thing rigged up pretty cool. You know, just from using it, I've just had to do a little maintenance on it. But I've caught a ton of pigs out of this thing, guys. It's just crazy. Actually, how much I have caught out of it. I always struggle with tilting this camera good enough so y'all can see. I feel like I got it pointing at the ground, but you have to have it turned down really over a lot for it to work for some reason. Or you cut off all your stuff that you're trying to show. You know what I mean? That just got a clamp thing. I hope that'll a crush deal. I hope that'll be strong enough. All right, we'll lay that one for there for now. Let's put this one on here. Tighten it up. Maybe we'll have some hogs in here tonight, guys, if I can get this thing going. Something else don't break, or you know, y'all know how it goes. You think you got it fixed and you run into 2 or 3 more problems. All right, let's just go ahead and cut all this mess off of here now. All these zip ties. Just don't want it to unravel on me out here, but okay. There we go. Don't need to drag all that in there and have to fix it. Okay, there's the end. That's pretty cool. They got it fixed up. I hope I don't have to cut it off, but I probably will have to cut it off. Let me save that so I can remember what kind of cable I put on here. I think this is going to work out pretty good, really. Oh, here we go. Okay, guys. Take it right through here. See how good it's going to work just doing it like this right here. That's probably going to be all wadded up. Oh my gosh. Might do better just string it out first, huh? What do y'all think? Just kind of get it out here. All undone. Maybe even just hang this up first. Right there. Okay, I just got tangled up mess. There we go. We're getting there now. We're getting it now. Just gotta watch the live end so it don't hit you in the eyeball. I used to work for an older man. He had salvage trucks and stuff. His name was Blendell Copeland, and he always told me how to put the maybe you guys can remind me how to put the the clamp on the cable. He said never saddle a dead horse. And then I can't remember which one's the saddle and which one's the stirrup. I'll show y'all here in a minute. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. It's been around cable very much. Well, that thing is twisted. Come on, man. What in the world? That's where all the twist is at in it, isn't it? Now it's all twisted down there. Okay, let's see. We get this thing going here. There we go. We're getting there. We are getting there now. Man, he had salvaged them old. He would salvage them old trucks, semis. We'd pull motors, all kinds of stuff. A bunch of guys from old Mexico would come up and buy a bunch of them old trucks. And he'd take us to Dallas. Am I going right there? I think I am. He'd take us to Dallas. We just a bunch of big old dumb kids. To them truck auctions. And say, here, get in there and drive this thing home. Oops, I got it all twisted up here. He said, get in there and drive that thing home. I mean, we don't even know nothing. What the heck am I doing here? Let's see. Okay, you know, watch that in. Like I was saying, I'm gonna pop myself in the face with it here in a minute. Okay, here we go. Let's do it one step at a time. I'm trying to get ahead of myself. All right, that's gonna be some good cable there, I think. That's gonna be some good cable. That other one was really too small, but it had that plastic on it, and I thought it was a little bigger than that. But it wasn't, so there we go. My goodness, stuff is heck to deal with. Okay, now go through that pulley, up through this pulley. Okay, and then down and up through this pulley. And then we'll go down through that pulley. And it'll go to the winch. I don't know how interested y'all are in this kind of stuff. I sure don't mind trying to show you as I go along. You may not even want to see something like this, I don't know. Okay, so when that's down, this will be the longest the cable will be. So that's why I had to have this down so I could tell how long it needed to be. If I had it raised up and I put it in there tight, then of course it wouldn't drop because the cable would be too short. Does that make sense? So this should work pretty good right here. I'll get out here and we'll get the right length for the cable. I pulled up on a big old boar one time and he was laid up right here, and this cable was tight, but he was laid up right in there asleep. He just laid up there with his old legs, you know, hanging down, and that was pretty crazy. That was pretty crazy. I got to give him that. That was pretty crazy. All right. I don't know if I just even try to keep this cable. I think I'll just get the deal off of it here later and keep that maybe. Okay, let's see. When we're tightening this, it's going to go over. So I've got this much cable now left. Here we go. So I really only need probably about that much. Yeah, I might give it a little bit just for in case it breaks off. I'll have enough to redo it, you know what I'm saying? I think that will work. Or if you happen to be in a place where this has to be just a touch lower than your frame, outside frame, then that might work. All right, let me figure out what I'm gonna do here and I'll get right back with you. All right, I'm gonna try this little cable cutting situation. Yeah, probably I could on this, do on this side. I'm just gonna take a little grinder, die grinder, and cut this off. I think it'll work. I don't know, maybe I should use my torch. We'll try this here first and see. I've got a little bit to play with here. Let's see how this works. Okay, I think it might work pretty good. Yeah, it might work pretty good. Thing about torch is you can kind of melt the cables together, the ends. We'll just leave that on there for now. But guys, if you're ever out, like we run a wrecker, and there's a lot of times we'll break the cable trying to pull trucks out. And if you need to retie your end, you've got it, say it's broke cables here and all down through here and it's all jagged. If you got a good sledgehammer, and if you got a good sharp, good edge of metal, you can take that sledgehammer and hit that cable right there and cut it. And it may take a couple whacks, but the sharper the edge, the better, and the bigger the hammer, and just hit that dude right there, and boy, you can just clean cut your cable where you can start over. There's tons of ways you can do it. You can do it with a grinder, you can do it with a cutting torch, you can do it, like I said, with a hammer on the edge. We do that out in the field all the time, because when you're out there in the middle of the night trying to get trucks out and you're stuck, you got to come up with something. So I'm gonna go run back here and see if I can find some kind of a clamp. I had this right here is what I was talking about a while ago. One of these, I guess you call them like a horseshoe clamp, or I can't remember what they're called. But one of these, I don't know if you don't see that very good. I think this is the saddle. Is that right? The one on the right is the saddle. But it says never saddle a dead horse. So, and then when you do that, you clamp, it clamps on there. You know what I'm saying, like this right here. So which one, I'll just ask y'all guys, which one is the live horse and which one's the dead horse? And which way should that go? If you want to comment on that, that'd be pretty interesting. See who says what. You know, I think I kind of know, but sometimes we'll flop them back and forth, like with 3 of them on there on our big cable, just to cover ourselves. Yeah. All right, guys, let me go see if I can find something that'll fit that. Okay, y'all, this is what I come up with. Got it's an old clamp off of a PTO, and I'm just going to try to make this work. It's not probably the proper or best thing, and you got to watch out, because when you undo your winch, it'll hang on that. But that's kind of what I got. Okay. We'll see if it works. Let's see if it works. Okay, what did I do with my handle? Here's my handle. I went ahead and got my old handle, because it's a lot thicker. I think it'll last longer. It even wears it out though. Actually, I thought that might have been what was slipping the other night, because I have had that happen before. Okay, now let's see how good this works. Hopefully. Tell you what, let me go ahead and shut my my door, so I have all that done. All right. I think it's gonna work all right, guys. I'm not saying it's 100% NASA approved or anything. Let me put these over here before I kick them off in the floor. There we go. Okay. That's the trigger. Why that thing hangs up sometimes. Okay. Now see, this is where I gotta watch and have it pulled over so I don't get it back in the get it hung up right there. What's this thing hanging on? Doggone it. There it goes. Need to lube it up, don't I? Come it. Hanging on that corner down there somewhere or another. Alright, that's gonna work good, I think, guys. Now, I may have to have it kind of like that. Just let it down a little bit. We're not gonna be falling quite so far. Look on it. This darn thing. Hit myself in the face with a handle here in a minute. Okay. Alright, let's set my trigger. Right there. That gonna work? Alright guys, and then my box will pull the trigger and she drops. There we go. There we go. Okay, now I need to get my box on here and make sure that's not going to have to be adjusted. So, what I put it on the other side. Let's get it. Make sure that's going to work. There's a lot to this stuff, you know. Hey, well, I'm gonna run down here and I'll have this done. 5 minutes. Yeah. Sure. All right. Everything just takes time if you're gonna do it at least halfway right. At least try to do it halfway right. All right. So I mean, I got my chain that I got to hook on there. Make sure that's gonna work. Let's see. About right there. Where's it at? Right there. Right there is where it's usually at. Okay, so then hook my chain on here. I just slip it over there, over the top. Thing, see, it already feels like it's out of adjustment. Okay. Well, what if I just stick it down here and down here? That'll give me enough to do it. Is that the one I'm going? No, that's up here. Okay, that's the one I drilled out right there. Okay, that would be enough there. Let's see if it's going to actually pull it. I may need, see this plunger in here, it goes back like that, so you've only got just a little bit of travel. Oh, chain's all wadded up in there. Okay, let's see. About right there is about the most that I'm going to want it on. Gosh darn it. Okay, let's just hold that right there. The little spring's pretty darn tight. It won't take much to kick that out of there. I think it's going to work, guys. One way to do is get her out there and let's go for it. And a pro tip when you go to move your trap, like here I've got these darn holes where you've had different things or where the chain comes through. wasps will get in here, and you need to open this up real slowly and make sure there's no yellow jackets or bees in there. Because if you just take that and you set it in the back seat of your pickup, you'll be driving down the road shaking that around and they will come out. And I have picked this thing up and realized there was wasps in it, set it down and got away from it, and I got bit. But come very close. So that taught me right then, check it out, man. Don't let it don't get bit is what I'm trying to say. Oh, I guess better take my screw out of there, and I can adjust this with the chain, or I can slide this box back and forth and put a screw in a different spot. So it's a little bit adjustable even right now. Okay guys, I think we are about ready to go. When I get this thing out there, I'll lube it up real good. And I think we will be ready. All right, let's lay that right there. I can't think of anything else. I probably should move my door, but man, it is hot. Like I said, I only got a couple hours sleep last night, and I just don't even feel like messing with it. It works, and it works really well, but yes, it would probably work better if it was over there. Okay, so let's chain this up, and we'll go set it out. Oh yeah, I think this is gonna work out pretty darn nice, but time will tell. Oh, you know what? I need to, well, I'll lube all that up when we get out there, because we're going to be driving across a dusty field, and I don't want to lube it up now and get dirt all over everything. Oh yeah, that looks good. See how good that cable was rolling up on there. That looks awesome. Awesome. Now, pull it over this way. There we go. Start the next row. I don't know why that thing is hanging so bad down there. But man, it makes you think you can break your cable or something. There we go. Okay, let's lock this out. I think it's like an old gate latch or something, the way he's got that, and then you can turn it there and got a pin through it where that'll hold that. But we're gonna chain it up and then release the weight back down on these chains, because I don't want to try to haul it on my just on the cable, if that makes any sense at all. And we need to come up just a touch more. That's about all that chain has. All right, let's see. Locked out. Just be careful around this old stuff, guys. You don't want to get yourself in a bind and have something fall on you. It's no fun. It'll ruin your day, break your arm, your leg, foot, toes, or get something cut off. Just be careful. Just like this trap here, you know, it's kind of a liability, because somebody's goofy enough to get underneath it. You could get hurt. Somebody like me. I usually take and definitely lock it out or chain it, or I got that loading ramp that I'll put underneath it. All right, we're down on that. Go ahead and lock this back. It may pop off going down the dirt roads. Okay guys, now I gotta put up all my tools. Appreciate you. Those that are wondering, yes, I do have my safety glasses on. Your eyes are very important. We take them for granted. Anyway, there it is. On the road again. Let's maybe I see you tonight.